You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
It is July 17th, 2015, and it is another episode of the Impact Implosion. With me, as always, is Mike Poland.
Hello.
Interesting show tonight because we had one last week that you will never hear because, well, Kev's board died. Computer died. And so we'll have to do that show again, plus the news from that week, which some got updated. First of all, let's talk about some of the news that happened. Kurt Angle went back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to be rushed to the hospital because that initial surgery, turns out there was fluid in his spine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, had to be rushed back. But let's talk about the big news. TNA had to cut Hernandez.
MVP's also gone.
I thought MVP's still there.
No, he's gone. I read that earlier today.
Well, Hernandez left because, well, they signed him without knowing the Lucha Underground contract situation.
Whoops.
Yes. So they have to cut several.
One little detail.
They have to cut several work stuff off TV, including stuff from this week that suffered. This week's show suffered. So, yeah. Congratulations, Hernandez. Hope we never see you again.
Let's get to last week's show, and we can get to this week's in a little bit.
Also, TNA released a DVD of Hulk Hogan and Jeff Hardy.
Why?
I don't know.
I can understand Jeff Hardy, because that might actually sell, but...
Oh, and one more thing. TNA announced the destination for Bound for Glory.
Oh, no. They're going to be in England?
Charlotte.
Where? Oh, good God. Charlotte, really?
Charlotte, North Carolina. Flair country.
Woo! Maybe they can book David. The other two Flairs won't go there.
Also, you might remember from last week, we mentioned this last week on the Lost episode, Magnus said he had decided to leave TNA a year before he decided to do it.
Yeah.
Which made sense, considering they screwed him over so many times.
We're going to give it the title and make it a worst book champion of all time.
Yeah, and then we're going to have you lose to Eric Young just because Daniel Bryan won the belt, and he's short and bearded.
We're going to have you lose to a goober.
Yep.
Anyway, last week's show.
Let's get to that first. I have it right here.
3 promos first.
EC3 and Tires come out with EC3 bragging and saying he's the greatest wrestler of all time and saying he's going to defend he's got control of the show tonight.
He's going to defend his title EC3 times.
Yep, EC3, not EC3 once, not EC3 twice, but EC3 times.
Tons.
Yep. Then he gets interrupted by Matt Hardy. And Matt V1 said he softened up Kurt Angle for him.
And then you lost.
And EC3's like, yeah, no. But, you know what? I had a tag match for you tonight.
But your brother's an idiot.
Oh, wait, your brother's injured, and he's an idiot, so you're going to have to go it alone, and your opponents are the Dirty Heels.
The Dirty Heels.
Who beat him after Aries held the legs and Rude
suplex. The
old Heenan Warrior spot. Rude. Also Rude was there.
Next up.
technical issues again during that during some of during the commentary for this match, EC3 had to take Pope's mic. And
That's
Pope was,
right.
I know.
Black guy.
I know. So, yeah. Yeah, the Rising has to come out because they have to disband. They don't like it, but they lost. So, we got to do it.
And then Drew cuts a pretty good promo and sits down in the corner and cries and gets further emasculated by EC3.
Who says, that's all great and inspiring and stuff. Too bad I booked you in a 6-man tag, but since you have no partners, you're going to go it alone. So it's against the Revolution, sans James Storm.
And Drew actually wins because Abyss and Coy are morons.
Yes. And Manic suffers for it. Poor Manic. Actually, no, he's too busy kissing Dixie's ass.
Well, he's at least got a job for the time being.
So, Mr. Anderson comes up to EC3 and sucks up to him, says, you did it on your own. That's good for you. And you know what? Me and you should have a title match tonight.
No.
You know what?
You're going to face Bram.
You got a match. You got Bram. Don't worry. I got your back.
And it's next.
And it's next, yeah. So, that match happened. Bram.
Anderson wins via a roll-up of some sort.
No, actually, Anderson wins via DQ.
Because Bram attacks him and then destroys the mic.
Hits him with the mic a bunch of times. Beat the crap out of him with the microphone that Mr. Anderson uses. Hey, lower that mic.
And I'm just going to pound the crap out of his head.
Yep. So, that happened.
Yes, it happened.
Yes. Then, oh boy.
It's time for EC3.
Yeah. Well, no, let me see. Yeah. Josh tried to say during the, Bram match that he called the show alone. I'm like, no, EC3 was with you there.
Yes.
And he said, Bram doesn't care about losing the match. And I'm like, if you weren't, good thing you're not WWE anymore, because according to the memo, you're not allowed to say that. It's their memo. Yeah, you're not allowed to say they don't care about winning or losing, because everyone cares about winning or losing.
Of course they do. No.
Yeah, and here comes Jesse versus Robbie E in a street fight. Joy.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
Oh, goody.
So at least a step above their Slammiversary match isn't saying much.
Yeah. Jesse wins with the, sitting on a chair while the chair's on Robbie E's back and hitting him with what he calls the Adonis lock.
Here, these two will have a job by the end of the year.
Yep.
Next is EC3.
Next is, yep. EC3, yeah, EC3's in the back. EC3's in the back talking, and Bobby wants his title shot. And Ethan's like,
Franklin!
But Franklin, you're going to take on Tyrus tonight.
Ugh.
And I'm like, God dang it. So we see Kurt Angle, and he's like, well, I'm looking at EC3's opponent's chart. It's going to be an interesting tonight. Then I saw some commercial for some show called I Am Jazz.
I Am Dad.
What?
What was it called?
I Am Jazz.
Oh.
It's a reality show about a family with a transgender child.
Oh, yes, I've seen that show advertised.
God damn it. It's wrong, just wrong. And TLC's doing it, of course.
And yeah, they didn't cast Bruce Jenner as the father.
No. He's got his own reality
show. That would have at least been
up.
topical.
He's only got his own reality show coming up.
That makes sense.
Jeff Jarrett interview part 2. What did he say? I forget what he said on that interview, but it wasn't really.
I don't remember.
Don't remember either. Doesn't really matter.
Moving on.
We had EC3's first opponent, who he decided he wanted to pay back and face the man who he beat for his first time, which was Norv Burnham.
That goes about 3 seconds.
Yeah, he won.
Then he brings out Shark Boy because it's Shark Week.
Yep, it's Shark Week, so here comes Shark Boy. Shark Boy comes out.
About 15 seconds.
Well, Shark Boy did start off saying, "Shell yeah," and punching him. But
Hell yeah.
Shell yeah. Shark Boy got gas too. And then Ethan brags about his second win. By the way,
Aunt D coming back.
As I mentioned during the Shark Boy match, I said EC3 said a bigger boat joke, and he's like, "No, that was Tyrus that said that. We're gonna need a bigger ring." Whatever. Anyway, it was. So yeah, Kurt Angle comes out, says, "Shut up! I'm holding a contract that allows me a rematch, and I want it tonight."
And as we'll find out on this week's Impact, that
It
rematch
did
meant
happen.
nothing.
It did happen. So
we'll get into that.
we had Bobby
Little
Lashley.
for you.
Yep, little spoiler for you there. Then we had Lashley versus Tyrus, Franklin versus Tyrus. This was not good.
As you would think.
This sucked. EC3,
Next.
and by the way, EC3 was making so many excuses for Tyrus losing. The ropes were slippery. The ring was slippery. Tyrus had a bad back.
Or Tyrus is just terrible. But, you know.
So, yes. Didn't get any better, people. Because next we had Madison Rain versus Velvet Sky.
This new look does not work for Velvet.
The stunner that freaking Pope calls the number one stunner, which
isn't that a song?
Nice of them to name a rap group. Nice of them to reference a rap group from the early 2000s, late 90s to early 2000s. Next. Yeah, I didn't know Velvet liked rap. Then we had our world title match. Oh, actually, no, we had Jarrett part 2 of that part 2 interview. Where Jarrett said something like, Steve Jobs has lots of thoughts on this, and he says,
Steve Jobs is dead.
Yeah, he had multiple thoughts. He has no thoughts these days. All the while mentioning AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Mick Foley, all of whom are no longer here.
Mentioning the former talent, but not the current talent.
Yeah.
That's a good look for you.
Oh, yeah. That was a great look for you. So then we saw some kids going to ETNA stars going to Camp Boggy Creek, which was nice. And I was hoping Melendez, because he was there, met the folk monster.
Unfortunately, we'll see Melendez in the next episode.
Yeah. So then we have Kurt Angle versus EC3. EC3 gets made to look like a bitch.
And then gets qualified.
Punches the ref, taps out. Another ref comes in, rings the bell. It's by disqualification. Kurt's like thinking he won by submission. No, you didn't. EC3 runs up to the crowd and smirks. And then EC3
gets back.
Yep, EC3 gets back in the ring. And here comes Dixie Carter.
Ethan, let me talk.
Yeah. Ethan actually was doing us a favor by interrupting Dixie.
Her acting hasn't gotten any better.
Nope. Her accent. Ethan, let me talk, for God's sakes. So,
I'm going to hire a new authority figure, and it's not going to be me, and it's not going to be you. Awkward silence.
End of episode. The heel Dixie character is no more.
Which I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, to be honest with you.
Although, good news was those ratings did great, which I said EC3 is champion equals ratings. I was proven wrong this week.
Oh, that's because Dixie Carter was back, was the first face you saw, not EC3. EC3 ratings, Dixie is minus ratings.
Yeah, Dixie Carter's Bully Ray equals.
They're going from Vince in the ring cutting a promo to Linda in the ring cutting a promo.
Yeah, alright. So, anyway, start off the ring with Dixie Carter in the ring. Everyone is there. Dixie's pleading her case, crying, I'm sorry. And
tears of endearment.
Thing was, you could see MVP not even paying attention, looking elsewhere.
No wonder he left.
Then Dixie wants to talk about the future. which hopefully is made of virtual insanity. So EC3 comes out. He's mad. He's like,
a farce.
Reveal the new
Who's the authority figure, Aunt D?
Yep. And
why do you have to say that 3 times? Is he channeling Orton?
I don't know. But Dixie reveals it's Bully Ray.
Ah, plot hole.
The stupidest. Let me explain this to you people. Because I went on a rant here.
Okay.
Why would you hire this man?
Do not know.
I know
want
people are going to try to say Bully Ray helped her. No. He first of all tried to destroy her company with a bunch of bikers, and then he broke her back with a table. No.
But then she had a come to Jesus moment.
No. Vince would never hire Austin, even though Austin's knocked some sense into him. No. Not happening. Bully Ray should not be allowed back.
Pro wrestling logic, Seth.
And even Bully Ray's like, Dixie called me on the phone and said, I'm sorry. I was taken aback by this. Of course you were.
Shouldn't this be in reverse?
Yeah. What? Sorry? Or what? So, we get a battle royal that is not announced, not been advertised at all, to determine who faces EC3 tonight, which is
half the guys get eliminated during the commercial break.
Not advertised. By the way, so, yeah, we had this match, and we had a commercial for Knockout's Knockdown, which I will not be watching this month. No. Because I spent a crap ton of money getting my car fixed 2 weeks ago. I had to
lose half our participants during the commercial break.
I had to get my car fuel gauge fixed. Well, my fuel pump.
No.
And it cost like $900 and something.
Jeez. Holy cow.
Yeah. Cost a lot of money. So anyway, Battle Royal. Crazy Steve was eliminated first.
Mm-hmm. No, North Burnham was first.
Well, I didn't see that elimination.
North Burnham and Shark Boy were the first 2 out.
No, Shark Boy was eliminated after Mark Andrews, who was after
Andrews. Then who's still employed.
Josh is trying to say Bully Ray is trending on Twitter worldwide, and I'm like, no, he's not. Manic gets eliminated next, then Abyss, then Chris Melendez. By the way, they're in the Abyss joke. Josh made a catering joke about him. I was like, considering Bully Ray is the boss, I wouldn't make that joke. So then James Storm and Magnus both get eliminated, and then we go to a commercial break.
And about 5 guys get tossed during that break.
And even more because they cut a whole bunch of Hernandez's wrestling, because he was in the match, but they had to cut it all.
Could have made him like the Invisible Man like WWE does with Benoit.
Yeah, they had to cut it. They had to cut him being in there because, Jesus, oh my God, we've screwed up here. So anyway, so yes, stay with us, people. You don't want to miss any of the action. Commercial break. Well, you've missed a bunch of eliminations.
Okay. And we're not going to tell you some of them.
We can't show you all of them because Hernandez eliminated them, and, well, we can't show Hernandez. So,
he is a shadowy figure.
Yep. MVP, EY, and Drew Galloway. MVP gets eliminated.
And Galloway wins.
Tries to eliminate both of them. And then EY eliminated. So Drew wins. We get a Sting montage, and then we find out the TNA Hall of Fame 2015 inductee next week.
Well, we won't say that.
Yep. Then Mike Tenay is with Mr. Anderson talking about his beatdown. And they sell this well because Mr. Anderson is actually shaken by this. He doesn't know if he's
39 years old. I'm better than I've been in the last 10 years.
Yeah, he doesn't know if he ever wants to return. So yeah, Mr. Anderson's gonna be taking time off. Well, actually, teasing retirement. He'll be back. So anyway, Spud's dejected. He's like, well, I lost the X Division title again, and I lost to Kurt Angle. I lost out of my opportunities. And Bully Ray gives us a perfect Hallmark card Haven't we all lost to Kurt Angle?
At some point.
So Bully's like, don't worry, man. I'll give you another exhibition shot right now. Then we have Drew McIntyre backstage. And he's like, well, I ran 2 marathons today. I'm like, no, you didn't. You can't run 2 marathons today. You'd be dead in a single day.
Or just like Mr. Bougie at WrestleMania 5 and running around in a circle.
No, gosh. So Eli Drake's out there saying, hey, man. And then we get hyped for Tigre Uno talking Trump next week.
Who cares?
And then Grado comes out. Motherfucker. And then Pope's like, I don't know why this guy's here. And it's like, well, are you going to disagree with Bully Ray? And I'm like, oh, Josh, yes. I am more happy to disagree with @RealBully5150 for putting Grado in this battle. Not this battle.
I won't disagree with anybody who'll put Grado in an X Division match. He doesn't look like X Division.
Yeah. So, anyway,
he really doesn't look like a wrestler.
Match. Uno versus Grado, Z, and Spud. And unfortunately, it's not an elimination match, so we get Grado's stupidity for a lot longer than we needed, including him pointing at his belly, which I told him to stop, and he favorited it on Twitter when I tweeted that out. I was telling him, stop showing your belly, Grado. So anyway, Tigre beats Grado with a terrible freaking splash that completely misses. He hits Grado's legs. You have no direction with that damn move. Stop doing it. Like Kurt Angle. What?
Stop.
What?
What?
Hello?
And I don't want to stop doing it. Stop doing it.
I know.
Anyway,
it's like Kurt Angle with that moonsault when he originally broke Bob Holly's legs or something, and then he was made to do it most of the time he'd miss.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it a lot, but whenever he did it, he'd mostly miss. But anyway, we had Taryn Terrell speaking about her match with Gail Kim. I don't know what she said. Not Gail Kim, Brooke tonight. And goddamn, her cleavage was distracted.
Here's a clip.
Splice that with Gail Kim making meth. What seems like Gail Kim making meth.
Gail Kim making meth.
No, making crystal meth. And she is the one who knocks.
Disappointing reveal.
So anyway, Knockouts title match. Taryn Terrell with Dollhouse versus Brooke. Title match, tits versus ass match. God damn it, Earl Hebner's the ref.
Well, how did he get this job?
I don't know. Did they fire him from this job at one point because he was so bad?
Error.
So anyway, Dollhouse gets involved. Why am I not surprised?
And then Gail Kim comes out.
Gail Kim comes out doing the Undertaker shit. Beating up the Dollhouse, disappears.
For some reason, just watching all this, and Brooke's not doing anything for like 5 minutes.
I know.
Hey, Brooke, why don't you roll her up? I would have loved to have seen that spot while the lights are out. All of a sudden there's a 3 count.
So, anyway.
There's a 3 count, the lights are out.
Yeah, ref can't see. Ref can't see the pin. So anyway, Brooke wins the belt. New champion, Taryn's reign is over.
Yay.
Angle talks backstage about making an announcement tonight.
Here comes more continuity errors as we get into the next segment.
So anyway, Kurt Angle comes out, and he says he normally doesn't see eye to eye with Bully Ray all the time, but they agree on one thing. Bully told him his rematch with EC3 never happened.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. We have video footage of it happening. So he gets another shot. Gets another shot whenever he wants it.
You had your rematch. Go to the back of the line, Kurt.
It's a good thing because he found out this week that he needs to have surgery.
Oopsie.
We've already mentioned this. And he's going to be out a while.
Weeks ago.
But then here comes Eric Young to take credit for this neck tumor, which means Eric Young is radioactive. And in that case, Eric Young may want to see a damn doctor immediately.
He's radioactive, man.
I know. The goggles don't do anything for him.
He's really good radioactive, man.
So EY tries to pile drive Kurt Angle on the outside.
And then here comes Chris Melendez for no reason at all.
But he ends up getting pile driven instead.
You shouldn't have ran out there, Chris.
Yep. Bye, Sarge. So, anyway, because we were going to have some Hernandez stuff, we instead get Bound for Glory, Magnus versus Storm.
Summerversary.
Yep. And then we get James Storm in the back, says his tag team partner is going to be someone who is very close to Mickie James. Meanwhile, Coyle just stands there.
Oh, this is a mixed tag match.
Yep, it is.
And it'll happen in 2 weeks.
I don't know.
No, that's what they said.
Okay.
By the way, next week it's going to be Eric Young and Rockstar Spud in the dog collar match in a chain match for no reason at all.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Anyways, EC3 talks to Bully Ray and said, we could, Drew just had a match. Why don't we just
basically tries to get out of the main event?
Basically, but he does it so convinced. We could book this up for a week, put some hype to it. He just had a match. I had 3 title matches the night before. Why don't we just do this next weekend? Bully Ray's like, no.
We're doing this tonight, man.
We're doing this. But, by the way, he first says, I'll take it under advisement. No.
32 seconds later. That was a quick advisement.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Main event time, Drew Galloway versus EC3. This was pretty good.
I didn't get a chance to see that.
Although, main spot happened, Eli Drake came out, saved Drew Galloway from Tyrus, was about to attack him.
And then attacked him.
By the way, he punches EC3 on the turnbuckle. Ref tries to break it up. He accidentally hits the ref, and I'm like, DQ! DQ, he hit the ref!
DQ, he hit the ref!
Tyrus comes in, EC3 comes in with his crutches. He ends up hitting Drew Galloway, smiles, reveals he was never injured, and walks away as EC3 hits Drew Galloway with the 1%er. Refs back up. 1, 2, 3. Champ still retains.
Yep.
D+ for this show.
Many, many plot holes.
The first hour was really bad. And the second hour didn't do much better to get it up to a C. It had to have been a great second hour, and it wasn't. It was an okay second hour. Yeah, this was just so. And the last week's show, we never really gave that a rating, so I'm going to give that a C-.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, Dixie kind of ruined it. Damn it, Dixie. So do you have anything to sell for next week?
I do not.
Tomorrow will be I will reveal the next 10 inductions, 10 nominees for the August induction. Let me go through them. So I have them somewhere. You find them. Do a lot of work on this crap, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, let me get that. It's right here. There it is. It's a draft still, so good. I haven't posted it yet. Anyway, The Cave. Beneath Hell lies complete boredom.
That's what I've heard.
Puppet Master.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Crap comes in all sizes.
What comes in all sizes?
Crap.
Okay. Thought you said crack.
Alright. The Breed. 2001's The Breed, starring Adrian Paul, Bokeem Woodbine, and Bai Ling. The most interesting part of this DVD cover is that there's this guy in the bottom who looks like the Nostalgia Critic.
Okay.
That's not the only interesting thing about it.
I'm Jay Sherman.
What? No, not that critic.
It stinks.
Yeah, it stinks.
Everything stinks.
Alien versus Predator Requiem. The good news about this film, the Predator isn't a bitch this time. Bad news is you can't see shit.
You can't see shit.
Meridian, 1990. She will awaken to the curse of Charles Band's attempt at Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, ruined classic movie.
Boy Eats Girl, 2005. After being terrible in that terrible Time Machine movie of 2002, the only person who loves Samantha Mumba is a zombie.
Well, probably because he's never had to hear her music.
Seed of Chucky, 2004. Introducing the
Oh,
lowest
is that
point.
the Bride of Chucky?
No, Seed of Chucky is the sequel to Bride of Chucky.
No, that's what I was thinking. Sequel cut me off. Yeah.
Introducing the lowest point in Chucky's career. That time he became a father.
And not that time he appeared on Nitro in 1998.
Wasn't that no, that was the Cell Bride of Chucky. I was about to say, was that Cell this film? No, it wasn't.
Yes, having a verbal battle with Rick Steiner.
I know. All right.
And
Cursed.
Chucky out with him.
Curse. 2005. A werewolf movie that is so fucked up during production that even the cast doesn't understand what happened behind the scenes. Darkness Falls, 2003. Every legend has its bad film version. And finally, Dracula 2000. This is Dracula! Not really, but since Gerard Butler is playing Dracula in the film, I had to do it.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, those are the 10
That's a heap of helping us. Something.
And by the way, when I post the Birdemic induction, there will be a contest because there is a picture of two people in what is obviously a blue screen. And I'm like, just Photoshop the background of them dancing wherever. That's the plan. It's a funny picture, too. So, that is all.
Yep.
See you next week.
Yeah,
And Miley, we're going for a walk.
Yep. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.